The following may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Decomposing body of a mother found at home in Siparia. An unemployment relief program worker said he was the last person to see his mother, Leanne Babb, alive on Wednesday night. When she was found on Friday night, her body was in an advanced state of decomposition. She had been bludgeoned with a HAMMER, police believe. Babb, 47, lived at Ritoville, Quinham Road, Siparia. At 8:30 p.m. on Friday, a 41-year-old URP office watchman, who is a family friend of the Babbs, went to the police station with Babbs' son, Rahim Babb, 29. The watchman said he last saw Babb around 9:30 p.m. Wednesday at her home, and he left for work and returned to the home of Babb around 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, where he observed the front gate and house locked. He said he made calls to her phone and called out to her several times without any response. He then left and returned around 3:30 p.m. Friday and found the premises to be secured as before. Calls were then made again, but still no response, he said. He said he went into the yard and observed a foul odor emanating from the house. He made a check to the back of the house, and he observed that the burglar bars to the window were pried open. As a result, he contacted the relatives and went to the police station. Responding officer said no entry appeared to have been gained through the window, which had been pried, as the space was too small and the keys for the premises could not be found. The officers gained access by breaking the glass on the front door. On entering, a foul odor was detected. They found the body wrapped in a blue bedsheet with a pillow over her head on the bed in the bedroom. There was also BLOOD on the floor and bed area together with a HAMMER on the bed and a CUTLAS on the floor on the side of the bed. Officers of the HBI under Inspector Jones arrived on the scene. The body was viewed by DMO Dr. Deganis, who saw blunt force trauma to the head, and the body appeared to be in an advanced state of decomposition, which disputed the account given by the URP worker, police said. Investigations are ongoing. Woman violated by ex-husband in Moruga. A 21-year-old Moruga woman was assaulted by her ex-husband on Thursday. According to reports, the victim arrived at home around 7:30 p.m., where she was ATTACKED by the suspect. The man allegedly HIT her several times and TIED her to the bed. He then proceeded to assault her against her will. The victim was medically examined at the Princestown District Health Facility and statements were recorded. Investigations are ongoing. Decomposing body of Mayaro Taxi driver found inside his home. A decomposing body was found in Mayaro yesterday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 55-year-old Michael Siparia, a taxi driver from Eccles Road, Mayaro. Relatives told investigators that Siparia had not been heard from for the past 2 days. A team of officers led by Inspector Ramkisoon and Sergeant Mohammed responded and visited the home. When they arrived, they detected a foul odor coming from a bedroom of the home. Further checks were made and Siparia's body was discovered. A post-mortem was ordered to confirm the cause of death. It's expected to take place today at the Forensic Science Center in St. James. Barataria man charged with businesswoman's homicide. Brandon John is expected to appear before Port of Spain magistrate charged with the homicide of business owner Roxanne Barrow-Reyes. John, 23, of Barataria, was also charged with shooting, a 39-year-old man with intent, possession of firearm, possession of ammunition, and possession of firearm and ammunition to endanger life, following advice received from Director of Public Prosecutions Roger Gaspard SC. John was charged on Thursday by Constable Joseph of the Homicide Bureau of Investigations Region 2. A post to the police social media page stated, Roxanne Barrow-Reyes, 48, of Barataria, was standing near her business place, a children's clothing store in the area, with others on June 8 when they were approached by a lone assailant who allegedly shot in the direction of the group. Barrow-Reyes was shot and fell to the ground, after which the assailant allegedly stood over her and shot her again before making his escape. A 39-year-old man was also injured during the incident and was taken to the hospital for treatment. The accused was arrested in connection with the incident on Saturday by officers of the HBI Region 2, the Post said. Investigations into the matter were supervised by ASP Douglas and Inspector Sylvester, Ramjag, and John, all of the HBI Region 2. TTPS received flack after viral video of an arrest at Jam Naked Fete. The Professional Standards Bureau of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is investigating the officers involved in a now viral arrest that took place outside the Queen's Park Savannah on Thursday morning. The incident has since garnered widespread social media attention, with many accusing the TTPS of excessive force. A video which was recorded by at least one patron outside a fete called Jam Naked, which took place at the QPS between 3 a.m. and 9 a.m. The cell phone footage captured the moment several police officers attempted to detain two men. The suspects in question did not appear to be complying. As a result, the officers unleashed a volley of punches and kicks. In fact, one of the men was kicked by an officer after he had already been subdued, a moment that has been heavily criticized by the public. When contacted for comment, the Public Information Officer of the TTPS Corporate Communications Unit, ASP Sheridan Hill, said Sergeant Natram from the PSB is investigating the matter. He added that the accused were detained at the St. Clair police station. However, it is unclear why the men were arrested and for what offenses they may be charged. The Facebook page in support of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service shared the video with the following caption. After breaking into several vehicles and robbing several patrons outside the Queen's Park Savannah at Jam Naked on Thursday morning, these men decided to fight with the police officers after they attempted to arrest them. Commenters shared mixed views about the incident. Lopernaut Road fire under investigation. Police responded to a report of a fire that took place along Lopernaut Road, Aruca, Friday morning. According to reports, around 1 a.m., police received a report that a two-story building was on fire. When they arrived, they were met by a team of officers from the Arima Fire Station led by FSSO Spencer. The officers contained the blaze to the ground floor of the building. Investigators are expected to return this afternoon to further examine the structure to determine what could have caused the fire. No injuries were reported. PC Serju is continuing inquiries. Investigators still have not determined a motive for Moruga couple's homicide. Homicide investigators are still trying to figure out why Moruga couple Surita Deosaran and Nigel Chance were erased. Up to last evening, no one has been arrested or detained for questioning regarding their homicides. Surita Deosaran, 36, who was wheelchair-bound, and Nigel Chance, 44, were erased inside their home in St. Mary's Village, Moruga, on Wednesday. Relatives living nearby heard loud explosions around 4:40 p.m. and found them lying on the floor in the downstairs section of their home. BLEEDING from GUN wounds. They died at the scene. A white 80 wagon was seen speeding away from their home. Relatives admitted that Deosaran was no saint, but they did not know why she was being targeted. Police said 3 months ago Deosaran survived a hit on her life. In that incident on March 22, she was driving her Jeep along Moruga Road, St. Mary's Village, when the occupants of a white 80 wagon opened fire on her. Deosaran lost control of her vehicle, which slammed into a coconut tree. An assailant alighted from the vehicle and opened fire on Deosaran. The assailant then got back into the vehicle and sped off. Deosaran's injuries left her confined to a wheelchair. Meanwhile, investigators have not yet established whether there is a link between the homicide of the couple and the disappearance of villager Sanjay Deodath. Diodath, a pumpkin and watermelon farmer, knew the couple and visited them on Tuesday, the night before they were erased. He left their home saying he was going to meet with someone to collect money for his watermelons, but he has not been seen since. His Isuzu truck is also missing. Investigations are continuing. Mothers of Moruga couple mourn their death. 2 mothers wept as they recalled hearing the rapid explosions that ended the lives of their children, couple Nigel Chance and Surita Deosaran, on Wednesday afternoon. Both Hardai Chance, who is a mother of Nigel, 43, and Carmen Deosaran, the mother of Surita, 40, reside in separate homes located near the slain couple. Both reported that they had heard multiple rounds of explosions and immediately knew that their children were the targets of criminal elements. The bodies of Surita and Nigel were found RIDDLED with BULLETS in their home at Moruga St. Mary's Village after they were ambushed by assailants around 4:40 p.m. The couple were ambushed while on the ground floor of their home by occupants of a white 80 wagon which drove into the yard. After rapid explosions rang out, the white 80 wagon drove out of the yard and sped off onto Moruga Road. The vehicle was later found by police officers abandoned on a street in the village. The mothers say they were grateful that the couple's 8-year-old son was not at home, because he too may have been erased. Recalling the incident at her Williams Trace residence, Carmen Deosaran said after she had heard the explosions, she walked over to her daughter's house and met her husband there, as he too had heard the explosions. She said they stumbled upon the bodies on the floor of an office near the kitchen. From the moment I heard the explosions, I said, "Jesus, they took my daughter." I walked over and went into the house, and the place was dark. I mashed my son-in-law's foot. When I put on the lights, I saw their bodies side by side. I knew they were dead. There was not a sound, not a movement from my daughter, she said. Deosaran said her daughter knew she was marked for death. My daughter was expecting them to erase her. She never wanted to return to St. Mary's after she came out of the hospital. But her husband said if someone wants to get you, they will find you, she said. She said she did not know why her daughter and son-in-law were erased. I do not know if it was enmity or envy, or people have just gotten cold-hearted and cold-blooded. I do not know, she said. Sitting in a hammock on the porch of her home at Douglas Road, Hardai Chance wept as she said the demise of Nigel who was the first of her 4 children, had left a hole in her heart. She said she believed her son had lifted his wife out of her wheelchair and attempted to run, but the assailants caught up with him. They riddled his back with bullets. He picked her up to run, and they put bullet on them like rain. The body fell, and her body was next to his, she said. Nigel was my angel. I love my son and daughter-in-law so much. I feel like they SHOT me too. When she came out of the hospital a few months ago, I took dal puri, curry chicken, and curry potato for her to eat. And on the evenings, I would go by them to spend family time. I did not go Wednesday. I heard the explosions from my house, and I knew something had happened. Whoever it was made sure they finished the job. I had asked her if she knew who the last time, and she said yes, but she didn't tell me who it was. People are just and one another, Chance lamented. Chance said her family lost another family member, her daughter's husband, Matthew Algernon, 31, to assailants at St. George's Circular, Gonzales, 5 years ago, and the homicide remains unsolved. Surita Deosaran survived being in the neck 3 months ago, but it rendered her paralyzed on the left side of her body and confined her to a wheelchair. On that occasion, she was ambushed by assailants in a Nissan Y12 wagon as she drove her Jeep Gladiator along Moruga Road on the night of March 22. Police found Surita in a reclined position inside her vehicle that had crashed on the embankment, suffering from a gun-shot wound to the right side of her neck. A Glock 17 pistol fitted with a magazine and 18 rounds of live 9mm ammunition was found inside her vehicle. No one was arrested for that incident. Police said Surita had been convicted in the Princesstown Magistrates Court on a gun-related offense in the past. $20,000 reward offered for missing Sanjay Deodath. The family of Sanjay Deodath has offered a $20,000 reward for his safe return. The family made the offer early on Friday for the farmer, 31, who was last seen on Tuesday in Moruga. Diodath, a pumpkin and watermelon farmer, left his home at Douglas Trace in St. Mary's Village wearing a black t-shirt, short blue jeans, and black Nike slippers. At around 8 p.m., he told a female relative he was going to collect money from someone who owed him. He got into his white Isuzu truck, TDX 6388, and drove off. That was the last time anyone has seen him. Diodath is originally from Bastier Village in Moruga. The police, relatives, friends, and several NGOs, the Hunters Search and Rescue Team led by Valence Rambarat, Collins Full Throttle Hunting and Sporting Club, and Top Guns Hunting Club have all been searching for him. Anyone with information about his whereabouts can call St. Mary's Police at 656-6606 or the nearest police station. Individuals can also call the police at 555-999 or Crime Stoppers at 800-TIPS or report it via the TTPS app. You can also call the Hunter Search and Rescue Team at 475-4350.
Good evening, everyone. I am appealing to the public to please, I'm begging from the bottom of my heart, if anyone should know anything about my son, please come forward. He has been missing for the past 3 days, and so far we haven't heard anything or found anything. I am begging for the public to assist me in finding my son, please.
Here with the Hunters Search and Rescue Team, my cousin Naren, Sanjay Deodath, were abducted on Tuesday night approximately 8:20 p.m. We are in the Catskill area carrying out a search right now. We are asking members of the public to kindly any information they know about the abduction could assist by contacting the nearest police station, or they can contact me at 737-8645. Any information that could be passed to the police or myself and any member of the group will be greatly appreciated. Thank you.